I ran out to get a little headspace. But first, let's sightsee. These buildings used to be stuff, but you can't tell what they are anymore. I'm standing right at the spot where Geronimo got on the eastbound train, taken into captivity and incarcerated back there somewhere in Florida or something. This is the redone train station where that event happened. The train don't come by here no more. Actually it does, it just doesn't stop. Down there is what is called Bucket of Blood Street. Those used to be the dangerous saloons. And then we've got the sky, full of wind and so full of dust. Hazy. The bridge over the Little Colorado. There's your 360. All right. So I wanted to come out to try and quickly give a couple of complicated ideas. Train coming through. No passengers, no stops. So here's how it goes. Last night I watched a couple of videos from a Canadian Vanlifer trying to make it on the mean streets of Vancouver. He was a not crazy, not drunk person who'd fallen on hard times. And in December of 2020 he started a YouTube channel, and as of last night he had about 31,000 subscribers, which is pretty good. He was an unassuming and modest fellow. I'll link him and maybe tag him in the description of this video. But he got me to thinking about putting my face on camera, which is something I've been toying with for a very long time, and which more recently I've been thinking about doing as a part of the upcoming series of Tarp Life videos. All the equipment will be in for that by the time we get back from the road trip in 2 weeks' time or so. The first road trip, I should say. It's now looking like there might be 3. But he was, you know, there was nothing too smart about him. There was nothing too pretty about him. But I found watching his videos to be an inspiring thing. I wrote a post a couple of days ago about how basically down deep in my gut I am anti-genetically modified organisms for much the same reason that I am anti-artificial intelligence. I want this world that I live in for the next little while to be the old world. Maybe not even just the the early civilized world, maybe even going back farther than that, to the pre-civilized hunter-gatherer kind of existence. I want to align myself as much as I can with the real as opposed to the artificial or the modified. I don't know what this guy's doing here, but maybe we'll figure it out. Tourist from Utah. Travel well, Kia. So the other half of this is I am watching this afternoon a video from my sometime buddies over at Due Dissidence, and they had a segment on there about what's coming in terms of video production and artificial intelligence. So right now you can go down to ChatGPT and you can put in a few words and phrases, give kind of a general outline of what you want to be spit back out. And the artificial intelligence at ChatGPT will write you a story based on whatever few words you entered. And, you know, it's not great yet, but it's pretty good. The main application I gather is going to be for students who can't write essays to be able to dump their what passes for their thoughts into ChatGPT and spit out at least a B level, B- level paper. It works fine for that. And the professoriate, of course, has its hair on fire about all of that. I don't give a shit about any of that. But the Due Dissidence piece was about a 60 Minutes piece, which was covering what happens next in this whole artificial intelligence game. And the main part that interested me was that currently, under the radar at Google, although displayed for sample purposes on the 60 Minutes piece, and coming soon to a laptop near you, was a preview technology where you put in those few words and what gets spit back out is not a story written down in words, but it's video. Let that sink in. Pretty soon you're going to be able to be a video producer, a filmmaker, if you will, with nothing but a few random phrases thrown into Google's AI or somebody's AI, and you're going to be making movies just as easily as people now make text and images. So where this all comes together is, all right, if I am posing myself in an anti-genetically modified organism space, in a anti-artificial intelligence space, and what I put out is going to be real, to me that ties in nicely with the whole idea of putting my face on film. I think that's part of the reason I'm going to do it. Not today, but soon. And probably dependably. Because it's part of the real. I don't have a lot left to lose anyway, in terms of losing a fancy job because of some video I made. Why not do the reveal? Why not get as close to the bone in terms of reality as possible? That's it. That's my big idea. My big and complicated idea that I took the truck out to tell you all about. have just a tiny bit more reel to play us out.